In the previous episode I said this would be the last video. Well, I lied. There was too much good stuff, so you're getting 2 more. It's going to be a good one. Morning guys, so it's a bit of a sad start to the day really, because we've made the decision to abort doing the Applecross pass. Just because the wind looks insane today, so you might be able to hear it, but we're currently sitting at about 50 something mile an hour constant wind, with gusts once we get up to 600 meters of like 70 something mile an hour. So we've sort of decided that even if we attempted it and started to go up over the top, I don't think it'd be a pleasurable experience to do it. It'd just be a fight the whole time. So I'm of the opinion this isn't going to be the last opportunity I ever have to do this, so why push? So I'm going to go back around the outside, which I still think is going to be crazy, this wind. Like, if I had hair you'd be able to see it, but we're going to go right up around the outside, join on, and we're heading down to the Donan Castle today, the castle on an island. So I'm looking forward to that. So we've got wet gear back on in anticipation it's going to be pretty shitty, and we'll see what happens. So let's get moving, baby.
Right then, here we go, across the coast we go again. Like I say, I am gutted because I would have loved to do the pass, but it just isn't safe. As soon as we've come out of the hotel there, the hostel should I say, we can feel it, and it is massively stronger immediately than yesterday. Another reason that's sort of playing in my mind, at least, is that we spoke to a guy in the hostel. Go around, yeah, I've got enough space. We spoke to a guy in the hostel on a GS who, him and his wife went over yesterday, and he actually dropped the bike with his wife on the back. She's sprawled in the middle of the road, he's trying to pick the bike up. They ended up putting her in a camper van that was coming past, and he carried that on the way down on his own. So the wind today is about 20 mile an hour worse than yesterday, so I think that's just in our heads thinking this isn't safe. He said yesterday it wasn't really safe, and he's staying an extra night in Applecross tonight because he doesn't want to go out in the high winds again today. So it is what it is. It's not like we're going to get bad views as we cross around here. It's still going to be incredible riding. We get to see it from the other side, so positivity spin on it all, and at the minute it's still dry, so all is good. So as I said in the intro, we are off to the Donan Castle for the first stop of the day. I think we're about, what are we, about an hour and a half, something like that, an hour and 40, so it's a fairly long one. It would have been shorter, but when I first nabbed this route we were going over the pass, weren't we? So yeah, we'll be fine. So I'll navigate this blustery wind. Oh god, I don't know if you can see the bike moving all over the place. I'll navigate this blustery wind, and we'll see you on the journey.
So the moments early in this ride that I was absolutely gutted. I thought that we'd made a bad mistake. There was no wind, we were chilling, it was not a problem. But then you would come around a corner and it would absolutely slap you, like completely hit you. The views were amazing, but there were ditches either side and I just couldn't get it out of my head. And this poor bloke found that out for himself as he got run off the road by the wind. And it wasn't long until we had a little incident of our own.
We just had a minor incident. Dad went to put his right foot down as we came to a stop. The wind coming off the hill there just blew him, and then he ended up in the fence and the bike ended up on the floor, but thankfully we're all alright. Bit of fuel on the floor, but oh god. All I saw was you literally just fly into the fence face first. You got on quick though. By the time I got off the bike you were already back at it. Might take a couple cranks. Give it a sec. Give it a go.
Turn it off.
Yeah. Let the fuel pump kick in. Give it another go. Oh, side. Are you in gear? No. Side stand switch? No. Kill switch.
Ah, that's it.
Classic.
Now I thought we'd had it bad with Tom Daly's massive dismount there, but we got going again, the winds were high, and we spoke to the girls. It turns out they'd had it even worse than us.
more wind drama. I've just called the wife up to see whereabouts they were, because they were going to go over the pass in the car, just to see, yeah, how they're getting on. And she tells me that the top box has literally flown off the top of the car. They just crested over the top, and they were about to come down the other side. Got out to take a photo, could barely open the car door, and the next thing she knew, the top box has literally come flying open and flew off the top of the car. So some passing guys helped her secure things, and she's put the belongings in the car, so we're now minus a top box on the car. Reason number 3, it was the right decision not to go over there on the bikes.
Now these are strong words, but I absolutely hated this part of the journey. It was by far the worst we'd experienced, and I wanted to be off the bike. It was far too dangerous for my liking, so we pushed on as much as we possibly could without endangering ourselves even more, I guess, before we arrived at the island Donan Castle. When we got there, it was very, very windy, as you can imagine, but all was fine. We headed to get into the castle, found out it was closed due to extreme weather, so we had to go and seek some peace in the cafe, where I had a scone and a traditional iron brew. So we've had a bit of an extended stop because of the old weather, and I'm not looking forward to this ride. Honestly, I can't be bothered with it. They've even closed the castle. Look at this. Gates closed. And pretty much everybody off. But it's a pretty cool sight, isn't it? So we're back on the road. I just want to get this journey out of the way now. We've got an hour and 45 minutes, which will probably be 2 hours by the time we've stopped messing around. So I think it's just smash fest. Smash it out and get gone. Not in the mood, but we push on.
Come on, baby, work it for me. As miserable as I am about this journey that's about to come on, we had to get a photo, didn't we? It'd be something to talk about later on and look back on, eh?
So I left the castle with a fully blocked nose and feeling pretty grumpy, but the weather actually started to improve, and so did my mood. Things were really looking up, the sky was a little bit brighter, we seemed to be away from the worst of the weather, but up ahead there was something strange. I couldn't quite figure out what it was, and then I soon did.
That is pretty dramatic, I don't know. Whoa! I think there's a rain cloud ahead. I think you can see it like a curtain in the lock. There's like spray up the lock halfway up. Whoa! Wind and hellfire. Whoa! Right. Oh god, you can see the wind blowing across the road here. Can you see that? Wow. Okay. I need to have my wits about us here. Look how bright it is now. God. It is absolutely mental. Like, what even is this? Ah!
And just like that, the rain came and went again, and we soon entered the Ben Nevis National Park. Now those snowy cap mountains ahead, one of them is Ben Nevis. I couldn't tell you which one, but one of them is Ben Nevis.
Right, you're not going to be able to see much of this because of this weather, but we are on the shores of Loch Leven for tonight's stay, just as it absolutely hails it down. But what a day, just what a day on a motorbike. I've had moments where I've loved it, I've had moments where I was scared, I've had all sorts, but either way, I'm kind of glad it's over. Let's see what tonight's stay is all about, the Loch Leven Hotel.
Well guys, what a day. I don't even know where to start. Today was just the most insane, but I'm not even sure if it's in a positive way, day today. As soon as we got going, things were pretty obviously relatively bad, and then Dad took that tumble off the bike. there were times when we were going over the tops there, and on those single track roads with a gutter at the side, like a gully, I'm thinking to myself, don't look at that gully, just don't. I don't want to get drawn in there. So it was just crazy. We then, we hid out way too long at the castle, just thinking, well, what's the point in getting moving again? Before I'd almost worked myself up to, I didn't want to go. Like, I couldn't be bothered to go. I just didn't fancy the ride. I actually enjoyed it. Once we got going and we got out there, I actually enjoyed it. It was all fine. And once the sun came out, it was actually lovely. And I can't tell you how much better I felt once that danger had gone away. It felt like the dangerous winds had gone and cleared off. And then we just got this strong blustery, but it was never going to run me off the road, whereas earlier it definitely felt like it was. I felt quite sad when we got to Fort William. We got into town and there was a KFC, right, and an M&S food hall, and I just came in and I thought, oh, it's over. It's over. We went from seeing 10 cars a day as we were going through the tops there to now we could go and get a boneless banquet over there. It was, I don't know, it was just a really strange feeling. I just don't want it to end. I guess I don't want it to end. But I'm trying to think positively. Tomorrow the wind goes and I'm hoping that it'll still be quite interesting. We seem to go through a national park as we go to Glasgow, and I've never been to Glasgow. So back to reality tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm going to make it the last ride of the vlog and we'll call it quits in a big major city. Thank you so much. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed making these videos and it's added to my experience. So I'll see you all tomorrow. If you did enjoy it, bye.